G'day, it's Michael James here for Q News with our very special new video series that I'm very excited to be kicking off. It is our RuPaul Down Under Recaps, and we get to chat with our latest eliminated queen from the fantastic new franchise that has just kicked off. Now, if you don't want any spoilers, you shouldn't be here. Walk away, get out now, because you're about to find out this fabulous queen that walked away from the stage this week. Her name is Jojo Zaho. G'day, Jojo. How you doing?
Good, darling. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I am delightful, all the more delightful for speaking to you. Now, I must say, congratulations and welcome to the Pork Chop Club.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor. Something said to be the first one in the first season.
Absolutely. And look, I think a lot of people were really, really sad to see you go. You were really, really passionate and you had such an important story to tell. I think people are going to have a very, very hard time forgetting you as the first queen kicked off the show.
No, good. And that's just one of the most beautiful things I've heard. And just the response to me being eliminated has just been so overwhelming and beautiful. Just all the love and support. Because at the end of the day, like, I can be happy with what I've seen and what I've put out, but at the end of the day, it's up to the fans and what the audience feels about it. And it's been absolutely positive, like nothing but love.
Oh, I love that. Well, it's been about 48 hours now. It must have been hectic. What's it been like since it aired to now?
Well, I had a day off yesterday, and I watched the episode in the comfort of my hotel bed, nursing a hangover. But no, it's just been a whirlwind. Like my head's spinning, just all the positive attention and all the media, and like this morning I did Today Extra, and that was just mind blowing. It's just so much to kind of take in that I think once I get home and I've like kind of relaxed, I think I'll be able to like fully process it all.
Absolutely. Now, as speaking of home, your story really, really resonated with everyone, and it was all about your connection to home and your culture. So, what's the reaction been about your appearance on the show from back home and your friends and family and community?
Oh, absolutely supportive. Like mob and community are proud of me, and that's really all I wanted. I just wanted to make the Indigenous community and the queer Indigenous community proud and kind of give them something to see themselves in and something for them to connect with. And that was one of the things about doing this this season was a season 2 is never guaranteed for any show. And there's no guarantee that it's going to have an Indigenous queen every year. So I was like, okay, I've been given a very unique opportunity here. I've been given the world stage, and it would be irresponsible for me not to spark the conversations that I've been able to spark and send the messages that I've been able to send. Like, it's just such an amazing opportunity, and I wanted to take full advantage of that. And I understand, even with the dress reveal, always was, always will be, I fully get that a lot of the international audience may not get the reference straight away, but from what I've gathered from tweets and messages, that it's caused people to kind of Google it and kind of dive into Australia's history and the pain and suffering with the Indigenous community. So, and that's something that I really wanted to do as well.
Absolutely. And like, you sparked a conversation from that appearance and that moment on stage, which was so iconic. So that was amazing to see. Now, speaking of internationally and taking that story out there, there has been a lot of international reaction from people. Have you had any of the international Ru girls reach out to you to offer support and say good day?
I have. So when it was all announced, I had Scarlett Bobo, Britta Filler. There've been so many. I've completely gone blank.
What was the best piece of advice one of them gave you?
Alona Verley gave me some great advice. Don't read the comments. And I know it seems simple, and I've seen a few negative comments. I don't take them to heart. It's one of those things that is what it is. But I connect with her quite a lot and talk with her about, navigating through what this is now, because it's also new to me. And I got a lovely inbox from Juicebox, Canada's pork chop, welcoming me to the pork chop family. So that was beautiful. And, just, yeah, there've been so many of them just sending their love and well wishes. It's one of those things. It's like, oh my God, you know who I am?
You're famous now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk elimination. Yeah. Now, you were sent to the bottom 2 for apparent failure to attention to detail. Now, I want to know, do you think there was a valid critique? Because nobody on that stage was mistaking anything you were wearing for a bit of seafood.
No, true. Look, looking back at it, I do agree that there are some minor details that I should have paid better attention to. And it's the little things that you just don't think about, like making sure that my wig at the back is pulled down far enough, and checking that my undergarments are concealed. It's just little things that you just kind of overlook in the moment. So look, I agree with the critiques. There are little things, but that's also because I am my own worst critic. But as for being the worst, well, according to the judges, yes. Up there with Coco and Electra. But we all had positives to our looks and negatives. It's just it's just one of those things
that sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Electra, she really seemed to be copying it from all sides from the other contestants. Do you think that was fair? Like, they seem to have it out for
her. Especially me. I did come for her quite a bit. Look, my thing is there's no prejudice and cheekiness, and I never say anything about a queen that I wouldn't say to her face. And we connected on camera and off camera. Obviously, certain things don't make it, but she's absolutely lovely and just a genuinely great person. And yeah, look, we did come for her pretty hard. That wig was a little bit dry, but no, look, I think that's just the way Aussie drag is as well. We're just very tongue-in-cheek. We don't kind of like tiptoe around the shade. We throw shade, but we also throw just as much love. And you don't get to see everything, unfortunately, but yeah, we all bonded really well, and there was no malice intent amongst any of us.
Lovely to hear. And I think at the end of the day, you're all sisters, you're all in it together. Now, you did say things we didn't see. I want to know, what was your favorite moment that we didn't see on the show?
So it's kind of a favorite, but also like, oh my God, did that actually happen? After the first runway, I leave the runway, and I was just full of excitement and just gobsmacked because it's the judging panel. It's right there, and as you walk back, you see the main stage behind you, and you really take it in. So out of excitement, I lost my footing and tripped down the stairs a little bit.
Oh, well, glad that one didn't make it to camera.
No, thank God. Although I'm pretty sure from where Reese was sitting, he would have seen.
Now, that makes me remember, a lot of people have been pointing out, I didn't notice, apparently you all have been leaving the stage the opposite way to the US queens do. Was there a reason for that?
I didn't really notice.
Yeah, neither did I.
It was just one exit.
Huh?
I guess the opposite side. Everything's opposite down under to the rest of the world anyway.
True. All right, let's knock over a few more things. I want to know, who was your favorite queen on the show?
My favorite queen. Oh, I don't know if I could pick just one. Like, they're all my favorite for different reasons. Who would I pick? My favorite queen, apart from Reese Nicholson.
We'll get to him.
Yes. Oh, look, it's pretty up there, but with Coco, I've just got a special bond with her because she was the first queen that I ever met. Like, I wasn't in the closet I was in the closet when I first met her. And so for me, like, I have a special bond with her because it was one of those full circle moments, like from being a fan and getting a photo to being a sister and being on stage together. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Now, speaking of favorites as well, there was some really, really good entrance looks. What was your favorite entrance look of the premiere?
Apart from mine.
Of course.
The cockroach.
The cockroach.
As the cockroach. It's iconic. I loved it. Like,
can't get any quirkier than that.
Yeah, we have them everywhere. Down here, they like to fly off the walls and come for your face. So it's just one of those like, yes, bitch, get it.
Now, you brought up Reese Nicholson. I wanted to know what it was like working with those judges. Now, Reese in particular, I would have to say, did such a good job. I almost think he outshone Michelle Visage, which is a mean feat to do. But he copped a lot of flack, I think, when they announced him, and he really soared. Was he just as good to work with?
He was. He's an absolute dream, an absolute dream. And he's just so genuine and love. Like what you see is what you get. He's not. He's very open and honest, and he's caring and he's loving. Like he's reached out to me multiple times. And it was so good, especially because he's a Newy boy as well, from Newcastle, so hometown. And it's just, yeah, no, he was amazing. Like I'm keen to see him for the rest of the season. It's just his one-liners and his comebacks and he's kind of his little jokes about like when we do the walk and the judges make their little shade jokes for fun. Like he's such a fun person and such a dream to watch. And you know, look, he's no Tilda Swinton, but we like him.
Well, he was great. Now, speaking of judges,
Yeah.
Ru, you finally got to meet and work with Ru. What was it like?
I died like multiple times. It was one of those things that we were like, is Ru judging? Is she's not? Like, who's going to be the host? Because you know she did UK, but she also didn't do Canada. So
you didn't know that she was going to be there till she walked into that workroom.
Yeah, nothing was confirmed, nothing was denied. It was just maybe, maybe not. Have to wait and find out. And so to kind of be there and her walk in, and you have that moment where you see every other episode and every season she comes to the door, hey, 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 and then you see it in real life. It's just one of those so surreal moments. I genuinely felt like I was watching the entire thing through a VR headset.
Oh, that's amazing. So good to hear that you had such an amazing experience. Thank you for bringing so much light and so much energy and love to that show. You just absolutely made such a brilliant first episode. We are so sad that you are not there for more, but we want to know what is next for Jojo Zaho.
What is next? Well, look, I'm hoping Stephen Oliver will send me a message. You know, I'd be down to do black comedy. But I've got some great stuff coming up with the Cancer Council. You may or may not catch me in Brisbane soon, so that'll be fun.
Fantastic.
Honestly, what comes next? Your guess could be as good as mine. I know a few things, but I'm mostly just excited to see what will come next. Like I can't wait for it. Yeah, I'm ready for the world.
Sky's the limit. Who knows? Maybe All Stars International.
Maybe All Stars or jump out of the box next season. Who knows?
I like the way you think. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jojo. It's been an absolute pleasure. Make sure you stay tuned for our weekly recaps with our eliminated queens. I'm Michael James for Q News.